The Shadow Health Secretary Jonathan Ashworth has his conversation leaked when he said that Jeremy Corbyn is a terrible leader, and we look at the reaction on this. Now, during this election campaign, the Labour Party have only been using a few people to send to do media interviews. We haven't seen Emily Thornberry around, we haven't seen Diane Abbott around because of all the gaffes they make. And somehow they thought it's best to pick people like Richard Bergen or Angela Rayner instead. I mean, these people are the kings and queens of gaffes. And Barry Gardiner, the other one. So another person that they've decided to trust, which they shouldn't have, for their own sake, is Jonathan Ashworth, the Shadow Health Secretary, who has been doing a lot of interviews, who's been lying about the NHS live on TV and no one really cared. Now, he has a Conservative activist friend. His friend is a Tory, and they had a phone conversation recently about Jeremy Corbyn and his chances to become Prime Minister. And his conversation was leaked to Guido Fawkes. Let's listen to this call.
It's not going to happen. Stop worrying. It's not going to happen.
If he got in, would he be as bad as I expect?
I don't know. I think on the in the security stuff. I've worked in number 10. I think the machine will pretty quickly move to safeguard security things. I mean the civil service machine.
So you reckon they wouldn't let him see stuff?
But he's going to do it. It's not going to happen. I cannot see it happening.
Now we're going to look at the reaction to this, but before we start, as you can see, this canvas print behind me, that's actually done by the guys at photofunhouse.co.uk. It's great. They got all these different templates. You can see me outside number 10 with Boris and Nigel Farage. You can actually put your face into funny pictures and paintings like this. I'll put the link in the description. It's actually really good for a Christmas present if you want to give anyone. You could literally just put their face in different templates. You have political versions, you have non-political versions. You could check out the link in the description, photofunhouse.co.uk. And this is actually my favorite one because you got me outside number 10 with Nigel and Boris. Boris's shirt is untucked. Nigel Farage somehow has two ties. One is in pocket and one the blue one that he's wearing. And they got the Remainers down there looking grumpy. As I said, I'll put the link in the description, so check it out. It's a great company. Now, the reaction to Jonathan Ashworth. So, Boris Johnson has been loving it because over the last couple of days, it's been quite difficult for the Tories because of the NHS stories. But now, this has come out. Boris has said Jonathan Ashworth is saying what hundreds of Labour candidates and millions of voters are thinking. Jeremy Corbyn is unfit to be Prime Minister because he is blocking Brexit. Love how he just brings up Brexit, anything that he tweets. Now, he's been using this to his advantage, which is fair enough. Now, Jonathan Ashworth, who started this morning, doing a lot of interviews, had the whole day scheduled for him until when this story was released by Guido Fawkes. So what happened was, this is when he was on Daily Politics, Politics Live. I still use the old name, but he was on Politics Live and he was grilled on this, and this is his reaction.
Right, well, obviously you'll have to
it's banter in my voice.
No,
it's
well,
not.
Hang on. I haven't even
banter.
Started. We'll let you in a moment.
I'm trying to think of the line
Jonathan,
to give him. That's why I'm
I know this is embarrassing for you. Of course it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
But you
I look a right plonker.
You do. Well, sorry. I mean, that's what your words, I should say. Listening to that, your friend Greig Baker, your former friend Greig Baker's voice has obviously unidentifiable from that. But what you are saying when you're asked about security and Jeremy Corbyn, and I'll repeat, I don't know on the security stuff. I worked in number 10. I think the machine will pretty quickly move to safeguard security. I mean the civil service machine, but it's not going to happen. I can't see it happening. That did not sound like banter.
It was banter, and then I say it's not going to happen. It does not. I've listened. The intonation in my voice suggests that is banter.
I've listened to. I know you're trying to defend this.
I'm not trying to defend it. I'm admitting I've been a plonker.
And I've listened to this myself, and this sounds like an honest assessment, and it is your private conversation conversation where you are laying out what you think.
No.
You say it's banter, but if you're saying you don't believe any of the stuff that you said, in response, you say, I've been going round these national places. It's dire for Labour. It's dire. I'm helping colleagues, banging on about the NHS for them, but it's awful for them. And it's the combination of Corbyn and Brexit outside of the city seats. It's abysmal out there. What do you think? Let me read you another bit. And this is about Jeremy Corbyn as leader and attempts to get rid of him as leader. No, because we effed it up. We effed it up in 2016 when we went too early. People like me were internally saying this isn't the right moment, but I got kind of ignored. But I don't think we're going to get there. In Mansfield, in Ashfield, it's dire for the Labour Party up there, these traditional working areas. Is that what you believe?
No, because I'm trying to, like, lull who someone I thought a friend, into this sort of sense of security. You know, I'm trying to sort of...
But that's not what that's about. That's talking specifically about Jeremy Corbyn's leadership and how you failed
but I also said
to get rid of him.
I also said that people are saying Boris Johnson is a liar.
So clearly this was banter. Now, if it was banter, and if it was harmless and innocent, then why did he have to cancel the rest of his day, all the interviews they were supposed to do, especially with one of my favourite interviewers, Emma Barnett? He was supposed to go on her show, and somehow he didn't turn up.
I have mentioned this several times this morning since coming on air. I thought I was going to be interviewing John Ashworth, who is the Shadow Health Secretary. I've trailed ahead to it a couple of times. We've planned an interview. He'd agreed to speak to us about the NHS. He wanted to speak about that photo that was published yesterday and Labour's criticisms of the Conservative handling of the NHS. We're now told we can't speak to him. We haven't been given a reason why. The interview has just been pulled. It could be that in the last hour or so that the political website Guido has published a recording of him talking on the phone to a friend about Labour's chances at this election. In that leaked conversation, he said a Labour victory is not going to happen, that it's dire for Labour, and he blamed the combination of Corbyn and Brexit. So I'm very sorry we can't bring that interview to you. We do not have a reason why not.
Yes, Emma tweeted that throughout my BBC 5 Live programme today, we've been trailing ahead to an interview with the Shadow Health Secretary. He's meant to be on air with me right now. The interview was planned. We are now told they can't speak to him for no reason. And this was earlier on at 1 p.m. Now, I do feel sorry for Jonathan Ashworth because, as Boris said, he basically just said what the whole country is thinking about Jeremy Corbyn, especially when it comes to national security. So he's the hero that we all need. So well done, Jonathan, but stop hiding. I don't think we're going to see him again. I think for the rest of this campaign, the next 2 days, I think Jonathan Ashworth is going to be sleeping with the fishes. So say goodbye to him. Now, last night we had Boris Johnson releasing the Conservatives' final political video of this campaign. That's a parody of Love Actually. So if you haven't seen it, definitely watch this.
Vote Conservative on Thursday.
I'm sick of this.
What?
Well, they're arguing. They just need to get it done.
Stop the chaos.
I'll get it. Oh, hi.
Who is it?
It's carol singers.
Give them a quid and tell them to bugger off.
Enough. Enough. Let's get this done.
Yes, this is definitely my favourite political video, probably of all time. It was great. But I love how the Labour activists are kicking off because one of their candidates, local candidates, did a similar style of video, and they're saying, no, you stole the idea from us. Like, well, technically, both parties stole the idea from Love Actually. So it wasn't your idea, it was Love Actually. Now, we have 2 days to go, I think, to the election. This channel has been covering every day all the news that's coming in. We're still going to continue the coverage. On election night, we're going to have a special episode. I'm going to be at a political election watch party, and we're going to interview some people. We're going to do a live stream, hopefully, from there. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and click on the bell next to it so you get notified. Usually videos come out every day at 5:45 p.m. Obviously, there are exceptions like the election night, which will be about 9-10 p.m. as the exit poll comes out. And as I said, make sure you check out the photofunhouse.co.uk. They do great canvas prints, different templates that they have. You got political ones, non-political ones. You can see me outside number 10 of that one. This is really good for as a Christmas present. If you have any friends or relative that you want to give present to, make sure you check out the link in the description. As always, make sure you follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram. As always, I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.